to think about the craziness that was going on.
Hmm.
It was a really good distraction. And I think distractions are a really, really big part of coping and getting through stuff. So,
Hmm.
um, yeah, it was a big thing of like puppies and, making cookies and stuff. And then
Puppies and cookies.
puppies and cookies,
Good.
man. Um, but I think like a lot of people, for a lot of this, it's been very uninspiring to create, for me
Mm.
at least. And I've talked to people that agree with me on that, and it's just like I don't know. At least the beginning was just like I did not want to make a thing. I was not creative. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to make music. I didn't want to write anything.
Mm.
And luckily that kind of switched, and I got to making some stuff, and I made a bunch of stuff. I saw some fucking article that was like Billie Eilish wrote an entire song in its entirety during quarantine. And I was
I did?
like, way to make me look fucking stupid. The fuck? And I saw a million posts. It became like a whole meme that was like, yeah, and Kanye West made 3 beats per day for 2 summers or some shit. And I was like,
Mm.
listen, if I saw that headline, I would write the same thing. I would try to pwn it too. So anyway, it's been a mix of, trying to create and trying to take advantage of this time, because as much as it's horrible, it's like kind of a once in a lifetime period of time right now. And you know, I don't know. It's also like, 2 days go by and I'm like happy and I'm doing my thing and I'm feeling good, and then it's like, one night I'm like, oh, this is real. So
Mm. Mm. Mm.
what can you do?
Any tips for viewers or listeners on kind of dealing with the stress and anxiety and unsurety of this time?
Jeez. I mean, I wish I could say something more, but I think patience is really important right now.
Hmm.
And I think
Did you hear
self.
my thing about the Family Virtues Guide?
Yes, I did.
You
I've
heard
been
my,
watching this live since you started it 18
oh,
minutes ago.
that's so sweet. Thank you.
Mhm.
Um, and for those who are just tuning in, who are Billy fans, this is at Soul Pancake. It's a company I co-founded for inspiring, uplifting media. We make stuff that matters. It's a participant media company, and this is a show we've been doing every day during the quarantine called Hey There Human, connecting human beings. I interview random human beings from the internet. But patience, you were mentioning, is one of the virtues in here. Something we can cultivate and nurture, right?
For sure.
So is that kind of what you're saying is to nurture patience?
100%. And I also would say, you were talking about how you went through a phase of having really bad anxiety and some depression. And I would say that when anybody's asked me about how I went through that and I got through that stage of my life with a lot of depression, it was the only thing that I've ever felt um, isn't bullshit coming out of my mouth when I answer that question is just patience, like just having patience in yourself and
Hmm.
with the world. And it's weird, you wouldn't think how strong it can be, but it's really important, and it makes a big difference. And
Hmm.
especially right now, all we can do is wait. The only thing that's going on right now is time. So it's
Right.
it's
Yeah.
also not that hard to stay home. Like it's not that hard.
Yeah. Yeah. For anyone. Yeah. I drove by. I My wife and I are moving in this summer and
Mm,
had to run an errand, and there was a some muffler shop or something like that, and it had a big banner in front, and it said like, "This too shall pass." And I've heard that before, and it's a
yeah.
cliche thing. And but even just like reading that banner on the muffler shop, like my anxiety kind of went, yes, this is going to pass. We don't know how long or how, what's
Yeah.
going to change on the other side, but this kind of time of just not knowing we're gonna get through that. And that's what's so hard for me is like the not knowing. Like if I
Yeah.
knew like everything's shut down till August 15th, and then everything is going to be fine, and we're going to have a vaccine, and we're going to move forward then. However, X, Y, and Z are going to change. I'm like, okay, I can handle that. But for me, it's just that that buzz in the air of the not knowing that's so
I
challenging.
know. It's rough. I mean, I feel like human beings live off of knowing what's coming next. I feel like a lot of people don't do things because they don't know the outcome. And
Hmm.
I mean, that's like the most common thing I feel like in people is just, I don't want to do it because I'm not sure how it's going to end, you know?
Hmm.
And I fully agree with you. And also that sentence is too good. I love that it got you in that moment because it
Yeah, I
gets
was
me
just
too.
driving down the 101, and it kind of hit me, and it, literally my shoulders went down like
So
two
cute.
inches, and just but let's get to some more important stuff here because I got some Dwight trivia for you.
Oh,
It's gonna
yo,
kick your
hit me.
ass.
Hit
It's gonna
me.
kick your ass, Eilish.
Mm-hmm.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Let's see what you got. What is the name of the book Dwight purchases for information on hosting a garden party? And who is the author?
You need to leave the room, Mom. I'm focusing. What? You need to leave the room. I'm focusing.
Mom.
I'm focusing. Sorry. What is this? Oh. Mom. Before I answer this, my mom came in here with this written on a piece of paper, and it says, "Helping others helps." Signed, Maggie Baird.
It's true. Helping others does help. Thank you, Maggie.
Well, she's watching this in the other room.
Oh, that's sweet.
Okay,
That's
anyway,
sweet.
let me
Thank
answer
you,
you.
Maggie.
So, Jim's garden party book for Dwight is, I know that it's by James Trickington, right?
Good. Good, because it's a two-part question. Excellent.
Yes, and then the name of it, it's like very, I think it's like a very plain name. It's like,
Yes.
isn't it like literally how to throw a garden party 101 or some shit?
Yeah.
Like
It's very close. The ultimate guide to throwing a
to
garden
throwing a
party.
garden party.
Yeah.
That's right, the ultimate guide. See, so I
So
wasn't far off. I was not
you
far
were
off.
very close. Very close. What can 1,000 Shroot Bucks be redeemed for?
Oh, wow, you're going so deep into this.
Well, I'm not. 15 times. 15 times. You should know these.
Repeat the question.
Oh, please. You don't get a.
Repeat it. Repeat
What
the
can
question.
1,000 Shroot Bucks be redeemed for?
Oh my God.
Okay, we got to move
No,
on.
no, no, no. What's interesting about this is that if I was to watch that episode, I could probably like recite the lines of
Hmm.
that scene,
Right.
but then for like when you phrase it differently, it's confusing. So 1,000 Shroot Bucks can be redeemed for, oh, 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 $1.
No. 5 extra minutes of lunch break.
Fuck. This is so embarrassing.
Who used to sit at Dwight's desk?
Packer.
Yes. What two instruments does Dwight play on the show?
He plays guitar and ukulele.
Wow,
What
I
you
can't
mean? You
believe
do
you
play
whiffed.
ukulele.
You whiffed
Wait.
that. I never played ukulele.
Oh my God.
What did he play
It's
green
because
sleeves
Pam said,
on?
okay.
Green sleeves.
Oh. Was it a recorder or a flute?
Recorder.
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 Well, I think the ukulele was in my brain because Pam says I thought his ukulele skills would transfer. That you thought your ukulele skills would transfer when you're playing guitar.
I don't even remember
You
that.
don't
I don't
even know
think
what
that's a
scene I'm
line. I
talking
think you
about.
I think you made that up.
I didn't.
What are three of the weapons that Dwight is hiding around the office?
So there's a star-shaped thing
Okay.
under
Yep.
something,
Yep.
and
That's a shuriken throwing star. Hmm.
yeah, right. And then I know that there's like a bow and arrow under the couch
Okay.
that Jim pulls out and puts in that box.
Right.
And there's something hidden in the toilet.
Right.
What's it called? The
He
top
pulls
of the
out
toilet.
the back of the toilet, right?
Yeah.
Where the water is.
And you have pepper spray in your drawer.
Yes. Pepper spray and blow dart,
Yes.
taser,
Right.
boomerang, nightstick, brass knuckles, samurai sword. What is the security phrase that Dwight requires the office to use when he becomes manager?
The tea in Nepal is very hot, but the coffee in Peru is much hotter.
Very good. Very good.
Keep going,
What
keep
kind
going.
of, and finally, what kind of car does Dwight drive?
Wow, wow. It's a little red. Um, Andy drives an X Earth.
Xterra, yeah,
Yeah. And you
yep.
drive, oh God, you talk about it in the elevator. A damn. Now I'm on the spot. I'm so embarrassed. Fuck.
Um, so it was a 1987 Pontiac Trans Am. You
Right.
really, I think you need to watch the show a 16th time, and I think you need to get ready for some more.
No, but you
Uh,
want to know something though? Since the
what's that?
interview I did with you about the quiz,
Yeah.
every time I watch it, I like note things now.
Are you taking mental notes or actually
Well,
like
yeah,
jotting
because I'm
things
like,
down?
I never know when he's gonna quiz me again, and I can't embarrass myself like I did when I couldn't answer that Nellie's ex-boyfriend was a magician. Like I knew that. God.
It's hard under pressure. It's really hard. It's really, it's very. That's what she said. Sorry. So boom. Um, and tell me one thing. I have another question for you. You presaged this entire event. Do you know the word presaged? I'll explain it to
I
you later.
don't. I don't.
It's a preview, a premonition. You wore a mask to the Grammys. I was
Oh
just
yeah.
realizing that like 3 months before the quarantine.
Yeah.
There's a lot of conspiracies out there, but I don't know that Billie Eilish having started the coronavirus is one of them. So maybe we need to get
Up.
we need to get something like that going.
Shut up. I
Um, what?
I
But
do. I
what?
know. I used. I've been wearing masks as like a fashion element for like years and
Oh, no
years.
kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, it's not. I have like an entire drawer of them. So I'm doing good. When I go out,
That's
I'm good.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
If you
Well,
want some, I got you.
that's what inspired you to have a mask as a fashion accessory?
It's just another place for an accessory. Like that's just kind of my thing. Is like I don't. There's always another place for an accessory. Like you can always wear a hat or a bandana or an earring or a face mask or a scarf or like the more accessories, the more satisfied I feel. Like when I don't, for instance, that outfit at the Grammys, I wouldn't have felt comfortable without a mask.
That's fantastic. So I got some other accessories that you could try,
Oh
and I
yeah.
haven't seen you in. Uh-huh. One, earmuffs.
Oh
Two, a monocle, like Mr. Peanut.
yeah,
Think about it.
for sure.
Also, what about a tri-cornered hat? Like the founding fathers in Hamilton.
Listen, let's go.
Can I speak to your stylist about some of these
Sure, sure.
potential options?
Yeah, let her know. Let her know.
Okay, excellent. Um, uh, young William, do you have any final thoughts or questions for me before I let you go on about your day to play with Shark and with Maggie?
Um, well, I want to say thank you for having me on this. I'm incredibly honored to ever speak to you ever. I'm
Oh, come
I
on, you
love
silly
you.
goose.
So,
Oh, that's very
uh,
sweet. Thank you.
but also to everybody watching, be patient with yourself, with the world. Um, we're all healing, even though every situation is relative. Somebody's always going through something worse than you, somebody's always doing better than you, and it doesn't matter because you are important and how you feel is important, and that's how I feel. And yeah, it's a weird time, so it's okay to not get anything done, and it's okay to want to get a bunch of stuff done. Don't put pressure on yourself. Just make sure that you are maintaining your happiness and strength as a person. So that's all I
Well,
gotta
that
say.
is that is beautifully and profoundly said, and that is a great sentiment to share. That's exactly what people needed to hear. So, thank you for your wisdom. I know you're like 11, but you're so wise beyond your years. Um,
Thank you.
um, I hope to talk to you later and give my love to your wonderful family, to Maggie and your dad, and to Phineas. And hope to see you sometime. And maybe our dogs can have a play date. Although I think Poe would probably go for Shark's jugular, and that would not be pretty.
For sure. Thank you for having me, Rain. Have a
All
good
right, William. Take care. Nice talk.
You too, all right? Bye.
Peace. Goodbye.